I just didn't want to do it again. It wasn't fun. So today's sponsor is going to be Nadula Hair. I have a V-part wig. You know, the wigs that I always wear that don't have any tracks right here so that you can't see them. I am so happy to report that this is my very last hair sponsorship. Please, everybody, clap your hands for me because I have finally been freed from the chains and the shackles of hair sponsorships. This is my last one, and I'm going to get my hair done next week. I do have to wear my hair like this for a few days, so I wanted to make sure that I got a really good wig as my last hair sponsorship because I am going to the hair salon for the first time in a couple years. I love kinky straight wigs. They just look real. So I asked you guys to ask me some questions on like my little YouTube community page. I told y'all that I was filming like my last hair video and to leave me any questions that y'all might want me to ask. So I'm gonna go through those and answer some of you guys' questions. After the first like 30 minutes of me posting that, I did not read these questions beforehand. So I'm about to pull them up right now. I can't say please don't ask me nothing stupid because you done already asked me. First question is from Bianca Jackson. How does Amy feel about you working again? Does having a job that requires you to dress up make you more conscious about how you look more now? Yes. So to answer your first question, me and Amy was talking last night and she actually was saying that she's really proud of me because one, y'all know that I actually got a job for my mental health. Like, YouTube is fun and I love y'all. I love conversing with y'all in the comments. I love when y'all DM me. I DM as many of y'all back as I can. I can't get to everybody, but I do love conversing with y'all. But it's not the same as human interaction. And because Amy works all day and I sit here and talk to my camera all day, it got kind of depressing for me. And Amy has seen me in a really depressive state before, and I kind of was just helpless. And she was trying to figure out all these different things that she could do for me to have me like not be depressed anymore, and nothing was working. And I also wasn't really accepting any help from anyone. My parents, her, my siblings, like I just was depressed and I just wanted to be depressed. Like I wanted to just stay depressed and I wanted everybody to leave me alone. So she said she's really proud of me because like I took matters into my own hands and was like, look, I need some type of like job gig or something where I'm talking to people all day because I feel myself starting to get depressed again. And instead of just being depressed again like I did last time, crying all day, woe is me, I decided to take matters into my own hands and do something. And I actually really like my job. So when I come home and I'm talking about work or I have to bring work home, like she just looks at me and she just smiles. She's like, I'm just so proud of you for taking it into your own hands. And everybody's not able to take it into their own hands. This is just, I'm talking about like for me, so I don't want anybody to feel like, you know, I'm depressed and I'm not able to take it into my own hands. And then you should go to therapy. If you, like I was able to identify what my issue was, and it was the fact that I have no human interaction. It's me blossoming a camera all day. And I was able to find a solution for it. So my girlfriend is very happy that I am working again. Tomika said, love your channel. Thank you. Question 1, would you ever move out of ATL? If so, where? 2, do you want any more pets? Example, another dog, cat, bird. 3, how many siblings do you have? Would I ever move out of ATL? I mean, yes. First of all, a lot of y'all don't know, I actually used to live in Dallas. I lived in Dallas where I just didn't want to live here no more. I moved to Dallas. I was in Dallas for like 3 years. And then I got homesick and came back to Atlanta. I'm not in a place right now where I kind of I want to leave Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I love living here. But if an opportunity presented itself and I needed to move, like I wouldn't be objected to moving. But like, so like Amy and I are getting to a point where we kind of want to buy a house. We do plan to buy a house like in Atlanta. I used to think I wanted to live in LA. I don't. I actually really don't. Like, LA is cute to visit, not for me to live. I would, if I could move, if I had to move, I probably would move back to Dallas. I love Dallas. I had the best time. I just ended up getting really, really, really like homesick. I also wouldn't mind living out of the country. Like, I was actually looking at apartments the other day in the UK and in Barcelona. It's just something that I've always wanted to do, move to another country for 6 months to a year. It's just something that I want to experience. So, you know, when the opportunity does present itself, because right now Amy and I do both have jobs, I would love to move out of the country. So we'll see. That second question is, would you ever get other pets? Bird, cat, etc. It's so funny because I keep saying the older that I get, the more I want a cat. I used to think cats were disgusting. I used to look at cats like, ew, like stay away from me. And now when I see a cat, I'd be like, oh my God. I definitely for sure want another dog, but I want a big dog. So I don't know if I ever told y'all this, but Blossom was not supposed to happen. We went in that pet store looking for a chow chow. We wanted a chow chow. We wanted a boy. We were very clear that we did not want a girl dog. We wanted a boy. And my other stipulation was that I did not want a white dog. But in my defense, Blossom was not white when we bought her. She was actually more sandy brown. And then as she got older, she started turning white. But we ended up getting Blossom. So now we love her, but I still want a big dog. Y'all know I live in Atlanta. So when I'm walking her at night, like, you know, I want something with me to make me feel safe. You know, if Amy at work and I got to walk Blossom at 11 o'clock, like, you know, we could run up on me. I don't want that. I want my big dog to be like, nigga, what's up? So yeah, I definitely want another dog. Me and Amy are actually at odds. We would have probably got the dog by now. We're actually at odds with the kind of dog that we want. So I want a American Bully. There is this Instagram that has this all black one, and I want to buy one from them so bad. Like, the dog is so bomb. Like, I want that dog so bad. I want a bully. Amy wants a Doberman. She wants a chocolate Doberman. So we're kind of on the fence with which one we want. We used to want a Rottweiler. We really, really, really wanted a Rottweiler. And there was no reason. We just kind of changed our mind on the Rottweiler. I just kind of fell in love with a bully. I think because somebody in my building had one, and he's big. He's like a big one. Like, he's like right here to me, but he's so sweet. And that's what I want. I want a huge dog, but I want him to be like huge and sweet. I don't want a mean dog. I don't want my dog to bite you. I just want him to look like he's gonna bite you. So yes, we would get another dog. Oh, how many siblings do I have? I have 3 siblings. I have a older sister. I have an older sister who, how old is my older sister? She's probably like 36. I don't know how old my siblings are. Is she 36? 35. 36. I don't know. 35 or 36. I have an older sister. I have a younger brother who is, I think, 27, 28. And then I have an older brother who is the same age as my sister. Both of my parents had a child, like, before they met each other. So I have 3 siblings. Little brother, big sister, big brother. And I know a lot of you are going to be shocked because for some reason everybody thinks that I act like an only child. I am definitely not an only child. How do you stay grounded? You don't act like a celebrity. How do you stay humble? Love watching you. You have such a genuinely sweet and straightforward spirit. Thank you so much, Yvonne. That was so sweet. I think mostly because I actually do not look at myself as a celebrity. I don't, like, I get that you probably are saying that I'm a celebrity, but I'm actually not. I don't think being on reality TV makes you a celebrity. It makes you popular. People know who you are. It is kind of weird when I go to the mall. I look a mess and I just want to be at the mall and people are like, oh, can I take a picture with you? I'm like, yeah, but I feel like a regular person because I am. Like, I was on a show about my life. Like, I'm not an actress or anything. I literally was just like on a show about my life. So I feel like I'm just regular, but it's just in front of the screen. And then also, even if I was a celebrity, even if I was considered a celebrity, I think the thing that keeps me grounded the most is the fact that my dad is an actual celebrity, and my dad has always been that way. My dad has always been super grounded, and even though we've always been spoiled and always had money, my dad has never, the way that my parents raised us, like me and my siblings would have no choice but to be this way. They did not raise, we're spoiled. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we are spoiled, but they didn't raise brats. Like, there's a difference between being spoiled and then you like raising a brat. My parents did not raise brats, and I've always been around my dad as a celebrity, and you know, your parents are your example. My dad has never been uppity, too good for certain stuff. Like, I don't know. I think it's literally just like how I was raised. My parents had us in public school. I did go to private school at one point. My parents did like have us like in public school systems. They just did everything they could to make sure that we were grounded. I owe it all to my parents. They did a really good job. So thanks, Mom and Dad. Well, thank you, Mom, because my dad don't watch my videos. My mom did. AB said, will you ever start another clothing line? Have you and Brandon make up? And 3, when will Blossom get some more camera time? Blossom is actually in quite a few of my upcoming vlogs. The only reason Blossom hasn't gotten much camera time is because I've actually only been filming like story times and just stuff to, like, you know, get through my hair sponsorships. But I have some vlogs coming up and Blossom will be a part of them. So I'm sorry, I have hella vlogs coming up. I have travel vlogs coming up. Like, y'all gonna see Blossom. 2, have me and Brandon made up. I don't talk to Brandon, but there's nothing to like make up. Like, I don't have no issue with Brandon. If I saw Brandon, I would say hello. But if you're asking if like me and Brandon speak, the answer is no. But there's no beef there. We just don't speak. We don't see eye to eye. So I mean, there's no need to go out my way to, you know, create a relationship when there will probably never be one. But I definitely wish him the best in his life. I have no issues with him. Will you ever start another clothing line? So the answer to that is no, and let me tell you why. The reason why I will never start another clothing line is because, to be honest with you, I didn't like it in the first place. When I first started growing up hip hop Atlanta, the reason why I actually kind of started not a hairline, a clothing line in the first place was because reality TV was never something that was in my world that I ever wanted to do. And when the opportunity of growing up hip hop Atlanta came along and I started doing it, I was just like, me being in retail management is not good enough for this show. So I need to, everybody else has like businesses. I just was in retail management. I felt like that wasn't really good enough for the show. I felt like it wasn't important. That was just an insecurity of mine. It wasn't, you know, it probably was, to be honest, I should have just kept my job. Well, no, I didn't. To be honest, like, I probably could have just like promoted like that I just have a regular job and it would have been fine. But you know, that was my first time being on TV. It was just like an insecurity of mine. Like, I just don't think people are going to be interested in the fact that I'm just a manager at a retail store. So I decided like, oh, well, let me start a clothing line so that I can have something like of my own that's popping. And to be honest with you, all the work that came along with having a clothing line, I would never want to, it wasn't enjoyable for me. Like, the people that have clothing lines, they have clothing lines because they love doing it. They love designing. They love it. Like, it's not just about the money for them. Like, that's their passion. And then when I quit my job to do Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta, I kind of was lost because I didn't know what my passion was anymore. Like, my passion was my job when I had it, and then I quit for this, and now I kind of just don't know what to do with myself because we only filmed for 3 months, and then after that, it's just kind of like I'm just sitting here waiting for us to start filming again. I need something to do. So I just started the clothing line. My dad is the one that kind of put the idea in my head because he was like, he kind of pushed it too, like, you need to be doing something. So he's the one that gave me the idea for the clothing line. I did it. Everything sold out. It was successful. Like, it's a misconception that I stopped my clothing line because like it wasn't doing well. My clothing line sold out both drops. I just didn't want to do it again. It wasn't fun. I didn't like shipping orders. I didn't like going through the design process. I don't know how to sketch. Like, it just wasn't an enjoyable experience. And I kind of like, after that second drop sold out, like, I was actually excited when it sold out because I was like, great, it's gone. I don't have to do it again. Does that make sense? Like, it just wasn't fun for me. To be honest, like besides YouTube, like I really still haven't even found my passion. Like I'm 31 and I'm winging it. Renee said, will you do another reality TV show, and do you think you and Amy will get married? How do you like your new job? Love my new job. I feel like I can't say that enough. Do I think me and Amy will get married? Yes, me and Amy talk about marriage all the time. We talk about our rings all the time. The thing with me and Amy is we're very private, so I don't think that, I'm just not sure Amy and I would ever have a wedding. We will probably go to the courthouse and maybe have a celebratory dinner with friends or something like that. But we're just very private with our relationship. So if we get married, honestly, we'll probably just be at the courthouse. Well, when we get married, because we know we want to get married. And then, will you do another reality TV show? It depends on the circumstances. I would never do anything like the one that I was on previously. I felt like I didn't like the direction the show was going. So I wouldn't do anything like that again. But if it's something that's genuinely just wanting to like follow me around and talk about like my actual life, yeah, that's fine. But if you're wanting me to manufacture drama because you feel like that's what's going to bring in views, no, not doing that. And the TV show that I was telling y'all about in a previous vlog, that's still kind of in the works. We're just, you know, when you're starting to film a reality show, it's not a just pick the cameras up, we start, and then the show airs. Like, we have to shoot a pilot, we have to shop it around to networks to see if they even like it, and then once somebody picks it up, then we have to film this season. So it's a process. But if it's the right circumstance, yes, I would do it again. Pig Pepper said, the first, I need to get through a lot of questions, so I'm not going to answer the first two, but she did say, do you sometimes wish you grew up in the hood? No, I mean, that's not no shade, but just like, no, I never was like, oh, I wish I grew up in the hood. Like, no. There's nothing wrong with anybody who grew up in the hood, but I mean, no, I don't wish I grew up in the hood. I think I'm my dad made sure that even though I didn't grow up in the hood, that I'm street smart. So I don't even think I needed to grow up in the hood. How do you keep the spark and romance alive in your relationship with Amy after being together for so long? I mean, I think the main thing is that I'm in a relationship with my best friends. So we keep spark because we've just always, we joke, we play all day, we surprise each other all the time. I don't know if I can actually give like an actual response to that type of question, because I literally just got lucky with my partner. Like, I chose my partner correctly. She knows how to love me. She gives me flowers all the time. She takes me on dates. If I say something, she pays attention to it. Honestly, it's kind of just paying attention to your partner. It's little things like, oh, I was like, oh man, like I really wanted to go see the Spider-Man movie. The same night she sent me a screenshot of tickets to the Spider-Man movie. You know, like, it's just little stuff like that. Somebody said, how many jobs have you had? What were your jobs? I'm super curious because you always seem to travel with your jobs. I have had 1, 2, I think the job that I have now is my third job. I think I've had 3 jobs. One job I was at for like 5 years. The other one I was there for like a year. And then this one. And it says, I'm super curious because you always seem to travel with your jobs. Yeah, I just always get lucky with jobs that I travel with. But what were my jobs? The first job that I had, I worked at a shoe store. Aldo. I worked at Aldo. The second one, I worked for a very popular retail store. I was the manager. I'll tell you guys that one day if Amy ever leaves her job. I don't like saying the name of the place that I worked because Amy still works there, and I don't want to put out there where Amy works because people crazy. Somebody on here, I had to block her the other day, put in the comments like, oh, she works at da-da-da. Like, why would you do that? That was really ignorant of that person, and now you can never comment on my shit ever again, because why would you do that? If I'm purposely always saying the job that Amy works at, clearly I don't want people to know where my girlfriend works. That kind of really aggravated me the other day because I feel like she did that on purpose. But anyway, do you practice anything spiritually, like meditation or prayer or religion? I am a Christian. I do believe in God, but I can be honest with you, I have not been able to find a church that I can consistently go to, because there's so much trauma that comes from churches. Like, there's so much that people preach but don't live. Like, it's hard for me to be around people in church because they judge my lifestyle. But then when I'm looking at their lifestyle, I'm just like, you think my lifestyle is a sin? Like, so I don't want to get into it, but I do believe in God. I am a Christian, but I I do not currently have a church. I just pray and I talk to God just to thank him all the time and when I need him. What kind of dog do you have, and do you have any tips for first-time dog moms? Where's your favorite place to shop? So Blossom is a toy poodle and a Japanese chin. I do have tips for first-time dog moms. The biggest tip is to be patient. I literally did not like Blossom the first 2 weeks that I had her because I thought it was going to be, oh, I got a cute little puppy. No, they piss everywhere. They shit everywhere. It takes them a while to like attach themselves to you. So like I had a long time where Blossom kind of was like hiding from me. I could never find her. So it's patience, because now she's so good. She's so well behaved. She was so easy to train. I just needed to be patient. And she's literally my daughter. Like I literally could not see my life without Blossom now. So for you to get to that point, you just need patience, because she was testing me, child. Was reality TV what you thought it would be? No, it sucked. What's the age difference between you and Amy? Amy is 3 years older than me, I think. Yeah, Amy was born, no, 2 years. It's one of those things where she'd be 3 years older than me for 5 minutes, because then my birthday comes and then she's back to only being 2 years older than me. So yeah. Yeah, because I was born in 1990. I was almost born in 91, like because my birthday is December 23rd, and Amy was born in June of 88. So like between 2 and 3 years older than me. What are both of your zodiac signs? She is a Gemini. I am a Capricorn. What is the most irritating thing Amy does, and vice versa? What's the most irritating thing you say Amy thinks you do? I think it is one, Amy is very OCD. OCD to the point where it's like annoying. Like if the ottoman is tilted slightly to the right, it will ruin her whole day. And her attitude kind of changes when stuff like that happens until I move it back the way that she had it. It's like, it's really an issue. She needs to see somebody about that. And then it will be the opposite with me. I'm not like that. Like I'm not dirty by any means. I'm very clean, but like I don't care if I take my sweatshirt off and throw it on the floor while I take a shower. If she takes a shower, needs to take her sweatshirt off and she needs to put it in a laundry basket. I will just throw my sweatshirt anywhere, and then when I get out the shower, I'll pick it up and then put it up. That irritates her. She probably can't even be around me when I'm doing shit like that. Can you ask Amy to put on a wig for us, the curly one she likes or a bob? I'm down with whichever. I actually have a video of Amy putting on a wig. I hope that I have it so that I can insert it. What is your opinion on polyamorous/open relationships? Would you ever consider them? I wouldn't consider them now with the girlfriend that I have, but I can see my younger self doing that, because I kind of never, I feel like after that girl broke my heart, I didn't really want to be in a relationship and be faithful to anybody anyway. So open relationship would have been perfect for me, but then I met Amy. So I don't judge it at all, because I was at that point in my life before where I probably would not have been faithful to anyone. I really enjoy your videos and I like the direction your channel is going. Why is it the last wig install video? Is it due to time because of new job? Please do tell. It's several things. One, it is that I have a new job and I don't have time for this anymore. Two, I'm literally ripping my hair out because I have to do my hair every single day because of a wig sponsorship. And then three, it's just too much. Like at one point, I literally had like 27 videos that I needed to do in a course of like 10 days. Like it's overwhelming. So I don't want to do them anymore. And I miss being able to just have my hair done for a few weeks. Like I miss having a sew-in and then just having the sew-in for like a few weeks. How do you present yourself when you're very new or never dated a woman? I'm open to possibly having a little something going on with the stud. I'm not gay, sorry to use the term, but I think I want to try it out. What are some things or places to go when you're opening the door, and how would I put myself out there and let it be known? I mean, go to gay spots. There's so many gay restaurants and like lounges and stuff that you can go to. Once you're in that world, you're in it. You'll start noticing when you start going to gay spots, now you're going to see these gay girls everywhere. So it's not a thing where I would say just go to the mall and then try to search out who's gay and who's not. But I will say you can put yourself out there by putting yourself in the environment. When I started liking girls, I just started going to gay clubs. To be honest with you, I was going to like lounges. And like out here in Atlanta, like we have a gayborhood. We have a whole area where there's like a lot of like gay bars and stuff. So just put yourself in the environment. You're going to have fun too, girl. This is the last one that I am going to do. What are 2 things you don't agree with in this world and why? This should be an obvious one, is people telling people who to love. I cannot believe that there are people that are out there still fighting for gay marriage to not be a thing. If I want to marry a woman, or if a man wants to marry a man, that has nothing to do with you. Another thing that I don't agree with in this world, and I think that this is gonna be a hot take, maybe I'll see what you guys think, and this is because I'm gay, that people probably would be surprised that I feel this way. I don't understand all these brands or all these people overly sexualizing things when it comes to like making certain things gay. And when I say that, I mean it in a way of, for instance, Mr. Potato Head. Did they make him like non-binary or something? I felt like that was stupid. Like, why? We literally, as gay people, like, don't ask for that. And one, it makes us look silly. It makes us look like our movement just for like regular rights is crazy. It makes us just look insane. And then it also looks like you're playing with us. Like, we didn't ask for Mr. Potato Head to be non-binary. He's been Mr. Potato Head his whole life. He's a potato. We didn't need him to be non-binary. We didn't need him to be a woman. We want representation, but it can be representation in new stuff. Maybe they could have made a new potato that was non-binary. You didn't have to change Mr. Potato Head, if that makes sense. It's just certain things where they'll say like a character from a cartoon from 20 years ago is gay. Like, why did you do that? We didn't ask for that. Make a new cartoon character that's gay. We don't need you to tell us that a cartoon that I watched when I was in the 5th grade was gay. We didn't need that. Make us a new cartoon. Make us be the change now. Like, give us representation now. I just feel like, and then some things like they'll have like a gay love scene or like a gay love story in the most random place in like a movie or a show, just to have it in there for inclusivity. Like, it doesn't flow with anything. They're just trying to throw gay people in anywhere just to say, oh, I'm inclusive, and it wasn't even well thought out. It's not that I don't love that they're trying to include LGBTQ more and stuff. It's just that I feel like they're just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks, and as opposed to having it be well thought out. So that's my opinion on that. Thank you guys for tuning into this very last wig install video. Thank you to Nadula Hair for being my very last wig install video, and I will see you guys in my next vlog. Bye.
Yeah.